You are welcome to yet another episode of LFN What's Your Say? The #1 listening show where we discuss real important issues with real people like you. We are still featuring R. Kelly. Real name Robert Sylvester Kelly. Also known as the R&B King. The word FBI has been featuring a lot when discussing the case against R. Kelly, yet no real results have been registered from their involvement. This has caused many to ask questions as to whether the Bureau of Investigation still serves the people of the United States of America, or if they are now simply another corrupt institution to be abused by the higher powers with all the impunity anyone could ever think of. One of the events the FBI has been notably involved in is investigation of the Bureau of Prisons officers to determine whether some of them could have acted contrary to the expectations of their department and broken the U.S. Supreme Law in the process. According to reports, when the FBI decided to look into the BOP, they found that some of the officers had been involved in illegal sourcing of restricted information. To be specific, R. Kelly's private communications to his attorneys and his emails, which information they leaked to public vlogger Tasha K. She at that time was working with the Claras and Savages, both alleged victim families, and could easily share this illegally obtained data with them, which she did to help win over Azriel to the government camp in an act of witness tampering. R. Kelly was held in prison while government was out tampering with witnesses while scheming a way to keep him locked up in prison for the rest of his life. The FBI managed to unearth this detail in their investigations, but simply because they had been on BOP instruction, their report was thrown under the rug, denying R. Kelly's defense team access to it until today. The FBI are meant to serve the people of the United States of America, not goons within the Bureau of Prisons to help them cover up their illegal activities. This is the reason until now, their involvement in the case against R. Kelly has remained highly questionable. Their report contains information that can see R. Kelly acquitted at a single hearing, but because they seem to be in conspiracy with the government, the contents of the report have been kept private. For this reason, let's revisit what the FBI is and their role as a department in this country or ours. The FBI is an intelligence-driven and national security organization with not only intelligence but also law enforcement responsibilities. The mission of the FBI is to protect the American people and uphold the Constitution of the United States of America. Not to protect the government and its agencies from public scrutiny. Also, FBI stands for Federal Bureau of Investigations, and the word federal stands for the national government of the United States of America. Being a bureau and therefore a department of this government, their primary role is to serve the people, because if they serve the government at the expense of the people, the FBI will have turned into a self-serving entity, rendering itself worthless in this great country of ours. The word investigation stands for gathering facts and evidence, not just to prevent crimes but also to solve them. Drafting important reports and sweeping them under the carpet therefore goes against their core responsibilities as a government agency that solves crimes. The case against R. Kelly has served to expose what the U.S. government currently looks like and how it operates. With corruption at the center, the government has been carefully marginalizing certain group of people and treating them rather differently, such that when two people commit the same offense and one happens to be black, the black defendant is likely to get twice the sentence the other is given. To achieve this, all government organs including the Bureau of Prisons, Federal Bureau of Investigations and Judiciary tend to act in syndicate and ensure an outcome desirable by government as opposed to playing fair such that each party receives the justice they deserve. The argument when it comes to R. Kelly's case is not about whether he committed any crimes or didn't. But it's only fair that if he committed any crime, he is only charged for that particular action and not a concoction of RICO and Mann Act charges that are clearly alien to his case, only intended to lock him up for the rest of his life. Another part of our argument is that the U.S. law should be allowed to prevail through the entire process, and what this means is that if the government broke the laws while trying to sabotage his opportunity to receive justice, then he ought to be acquitted and all charges dropped like Attorney Leonard recommended. As a matter of fact, there are a number of instances where the government has been caught on the wrong side of the law in their effort to take down R. Kelly. The Bureau of Prisons' illegal operations that resulted in aggravated witness tampering is just one example. We also registered cases of prosecutor misconduct right at the beginning of the case that saw one of them prematurely retired, as if that solves the problem. Until today, She has remained in hiding and untouched irrespective of the fact that she was the lead government prosecutor on the case. As if breaking the law was not enough, we also have records of serious legal mistakes made during the trial process. The New York federal judge of Brooklyn, Ann Donnelly, for example, failed before she started during jury selection, when she allowed jurors who had openly promised to prejudice the R&B king onto the panel. While answering screening questions, these jurors gave answers that should have immediately disqualified them, like we detailed in a previous video, but nevertheless the judge allowed them on the team. In the end, they did not disappoint. They prejudiced R. Kelly like he was not an American citizen and made sure to give the accusers a landslide win against him, exactly as expected. According to Jamar, "It's no doubt the FBI has let us down. The department knows a lot when it comes to the witness tampering that arose from the illegal activities by the BOP, but have remained quiet about it. They simply don't seem to care whether a citizen's rights are violated or not. I was made to believe that the FBI are also servants of the people. If they are now involved in keeping sensitive information that certainly affects national security private at a time when there is need to know the truth, then they are doing this country a disservice. It's unfortunate to learn that even a department expected to be the most authentic like the FBI can pick a side and forget its mandate to serve the people. It's a shame on the United States that this is happening on our soils and nowhere else in the world but right here where we belong." According to Michael Thompson, "It just amazes me to learn that after this man had the book thrown at him with 4 years of illegal detention, it's only now that the truth is coming out. Like, who on earth didn't know that R. Kelly was all along being set up? This is just ridiculous." Ray Johnson says, "The case against R. Kelly sounds like a single-sided board game. While R. Kelly presented only a few witnesses, the government made sure to present over 40 witnesses, with most of them presenting uncharged bad acts that were irrelevant to the case and only facilitating prejudicial tendencies. And worse still, many of these had previously been caught in plenty of lies. We cannot be sure they were telling the truth this time round given their history of lies." If you wish to take part in a live interview discussing any of these topics, let us know by sending an email to lfnmedia15@gmail.com for scheduling. Thank you for watching today's video, a production of LFN Media, giving you another perspective of issues at hand. We make it our business to keep you updated with the truth amidst the cloud of lies the media wants you to believe. It is therefore important to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon and allow all notifications so that you don't miss out whenever we publish a new video.